Hello and thank you for attending this webinar. I'm Arturo Alejo and I'm going to talk about the 10 most useful configurations for Remedy with Smart IT. Let's start. There are around 10 frequent requests from customers asking for information about how to configure some settings from Smart IT. So we have this top fall into these few areas: enabling or disabling features, adjusting the data to be displayed, adjusting search behavior, and finally a few errors that can be encountered by default restrictions. Before I go into each of these specific configurations, let's take a minute to talk about configuration choices overall. You will think that configuring the product is the easiest step, and actually it is. Once you know what to do and how to do it, it's really easy. But there are good reasons we get lots of questions on it. First, there are literally dozens of configurations. Second, there are a few different locations. Some are located in centralized configuration form, and other ones are located in the AR System Server Group console. Some of these features can be global or local. With all these configurations, there is a default value that hopefully works well for most customers, at least to start. But the needs of organizations naturally can be different, and even the needs of your organization will shift as your needs and priorities evolve. The first group of configuration settings are for enabling and disabling features. These are the four topics we get questions about most often, which we will be covering next. The first configuration is about enabling or disabling Smart IT modules. You might want to do this to restrict usage from a specific module, to prevent misuse or simplify usage of Smart IT for users who will not need it for now, and save subsequent modules for a later rollout. Here I have shown a listed the steps to disable module. As you can see, it's basically going to the object in server group configuration form, finding the right parameter, and changing the list of modules to disable. The second one is enabling or disabling Smart IT Workspace. This is a feature that allows DWP to integrate with Smart IT, so consider that when deciding whether to disable it. Disabling unused features like Smart IT Workspace, for example, can make the application easier for users and provide better application performance. To make these changes, you just have to access the Remedy ITSM as an administrator, then expand Applications tab. After that, search for the server information and go to the Add and Remove Licenses. Set listed parameters as O and go to the centralized configuration form to validate setting value and the URL. There are no risks by disabling modules. It's only a change in visualization or restrictions to create or manage a specific type of tickets. The third configuration is about enabling or disabling the impact analysis feature. This functionality can help you to disable or hide functionalities or specific modules like impact analysis. Some customers are not using all Smart IT functions. That's why they ask for this capability. Disabling options will help administrators to have control over Smart IT management and get better performance because of optimal resources usage. There are no risks by enabling or disabling this module. It's only a change in visualization or restrictions to create or manage specific type of tickets. Impact analysis is disabled by default because this is not highly used by customers. BMC considered impact analysis as a feature that can be disabled but available to be used. It's disabled also because it's high resources consumption. It should be enabled if you desire to evaluate the impact that a change can cause and its relation with other CIs. To enable the impact analysis, you have to go to the central configuration and modify admin only mode. Ensure the value is not set to true or modify it to false as required. This will help to restrict usage and avoid misuse. Our fourth and final common configuration is on enabling PWA. This is a reactive UI that is valuable to many customers, but there are few considerations to plan for deploying because this has been introduced in SmartIT 2008. And you will know this technology converts the Remedy mid-tier view to a modern view that is customizable and extensible. In Developer Studio, you can enable progressive views either for out-of-the-box form or custom form. Using PWA, you can create applications that are flexible and provide dynamic, modern UX for your applications. PWA provides a modern mobile-friendly UI that is similar to SmartIT but is also customizable and extensible like mid-tier. This is disabled out of the box because each customer requirements could be different and they should set this as required. You can use PWA with multiple types of clients like browsers or Android or iOS devices. It has been designed in such a way that the same view is used for browsers and mobile clients. This will respond and render it according to the clients in which it's displayed. Our next section of common configurations is in adjusting data displayed in the application. This will help users to optimize their data visualizations like cases assigned to specific people, display by case status, or ID type. Managing your data displayed will reduce resources usage in your environment. Displaying data is one of the most recurrent situations causing performance issues. Displaying the proper data will help users to focus on their main objectives or activities, reducing time searching for certain types of cases or dismissing unrequired data or statistics. Showing or hiding statistics is another frequently requested configuration change. This configuration parameter is used to control the ticket console statistic behavior. By default, the parameter value is set to false, and the ticket console statistic call is implicitly executed at the time of console refresh. If you set the value to true, the statistic call is not implicitly executed and a new button is displayed that allows you to refresh the statistic. In your browser or client, dashboard can display statistics for the service delivered to a particular company. Data can be the percentage of tickets with one-time completion in the past month, the size of the critical ticket backlog over time, and the current number of open tickets by status and priority. Next, I'm going to show you a quick video that displays this behavior and how to modify it. I'm going to show you how to modify this setting. You just have to log into your Remedy as administrator and locate the Applications tab. Then go to Administration, AR System Administration Console, System General, locate the centralized configuration, go to the SmartIT component from the menu, and select the global feature. So now locate the parameter related to that is explicit status refresh. This is set as false. Now we are going to modify it as true. Apply changes. Go to Smart IT and refresh the browser. As you can see, previously it was displaying the statistics. Now after refreshing, it's showing the button that we can use on demand, and there is also another refresh button. The show ticket statistics is displaying the information, and you can also refresh it using the arrow from your left. Now we are going to set the value back to false in order to show you this behavior again. Apply changes, refresh your browser, and there it is. Statistics are displayed again. Now, our sixth most requested configuration change is on adjusting the number of cases displayed. This helps to restrict the ticket console search result with either a date range for better performance or alternatively show more cases. To accomplish this, please go to the centralized configuration and locate the parameter ID restrict console result for no of days under Smart IT component. The date range that you set is displayed when you open the ticket console. Note the change will impact all users in your environment. We recommend to use monthly date range like 30, 60, or 90 days. Now I'm gonna show you a quick video about how to modify this setting. So this is the Smart IT ticket console. As you can see, this is displaying 11 tickets for that user. So we are going to modify the setting in order to get different information. So go to Applications tab, AR System Administration, AR System Administration Console. Then go to System, General, Centralized Configuration, and go to the Smart IT component and find the setting related to that parameter. So this is the one. It's set to 30 days. So that's why we are getting cases from the last 30 days. So we are going to modify it to 6, apply changes, then go back to the Smart IT ticket console and refresh it. Now, as we can see, it's displaying only 3 tickets that are related to the last 6 days. As we can see, are from January 31. So we are going back to the centralized configuration console, set back the value to the 30, and go to the Smart IT ticket console in order to refresh and validate. The number of tickets is 11 again, and those cases are from the last 30 days, as we can see. Our third setting to adjust data displayed is date and time. For Smart IT, date and time plays a vital role. As a service desk agent, date and time is immensely important when you monitor service level agreements against the progress of tickets. It helps you to efficiently track and receive updates related to tickets. Smart IT displays date and time in 2 formats: relative and absolute. This is usually modified by customers based on their own location or the way they manage cases. In order to modify this setting, you just have to find the date-time style property from centralized configuration under Smart IT component, then adjust values as required, apply changes, and validate. The third group of configuration settings are adjusting search behavior in Remedy for Smarty. You may want to make changes here to help users in order to reduce time writing down characters in certain fields, searching for records like templates. This option is subjective based on the way users are educated to use Smarty. Searching is always a high environment consumption of resources feature, so it is key to helping to achieve better performance and usability for users. This will also help reducing time process during ticket creation or management. Long-running queries are usually related to searches. Improving search criteria and results, we expect customer can have a better experience and performance using Classic Remedy and Smarty. Another common configuration change is Typeahead. This feature only applies when full text search is enabled and configured to use the search feature in Smarty. The search function is available by clicking on the magnifying glass to the left of the profile icon. On mobile clients, the search function is available from the main menu. By default, Typeahead is using 3 characters, meaning after service desk agent types the 3 default characters, Smarty starts searching for information. If 3 characters is too early, it can be annoying for the user and impact performance by taking a long time to bring up a poorly refined list. Typically, request here is to increase it from 3 to 4, but you can use it as required. Our second search-related common request is to add a field to the search result, the request ID. Sometimes customers or companies need this ID to be displayed in Smarty for control or tracking purpose. This is also used to create management reports. This option is only available when DWP and Smarty are integrated. In order to display the DWP catalog request ID, make sure the Enable SBE integration is set to true. Validate the DWP catalog configuration in centralized configuration and make sure the entry for SBE util plugin exists in the ar.cfg file and also in plugin asbeer config.xml. The fourth group of configuration settings are for adjusting restrictions in Remedy for Smarty that may result in errors. Troubleshooting or setting up messages and errors from your environment will help you to reduce reworks caused by timeouts. This will help you to have a more fluid experience working with Smarty and also to avoid issues during ticket creation or ticket management. Some messages are coming from configuration parameters or Smarty functions to restrict or warn about ticket management. This option can be set as required by customers depending on their needs. The first error related to configuration is an error that occurs when creating a knowledge article. The user gets the malicious content error shown here. This is related to the new functionality introduced in 2008 Smarty Central Configuration parameter called gsub enable URLs for knowledge. This setting is enabled by default. When this is enabled, a clean filter is applied while creating and updating a knowledge article. The gsub cleaner filter checks on the KA tags and attributes and flag them as unsafe if deemed as such, unless those tags are whitelisted in gsub whitelisted tags parameter. If you would like to use the gsub cleanup on articles, you can add certain tags to be whitelisted and re-enable the above setting again. The second type of error that can be addressed via configuration is a timeout error, which happens when user session finishes the timeout. Adjusting this setting will help you to avoid unwanted logouts or help users by providing larger sessions to accomplish their activities uninterrupted. The Smart IT session timeout is set in minutes. This function is not present in Smart IT versions earlier than 1908. Finally, we have arrived to the last common configuration setting. This final one is about the time format used within Digital Workplace as shown here. For Smart IT, date and time plays a vital role. As a service desk agent, date and time is immensely important when you monitor service level agreement against the progress of tickets. This will help you to monitor and track tickets in a better way, but you have to keep in mind that this parameter must be in sync between AR servers and Smart IT because this can cause communication problems. When changing this, be sure to set the format as per your AR server's date format and test again creating a new incident. All the date-time formats supported by AR System Server can be used in the parameter ar.date.format. I will put a link in the references for where to find details on the AR server date and format. Here we have a list of references for more information or details on the topics I covered. You will be able to click on it in order to see information and display the complete document related to that. I will leave you with a quick review of what we covered. We covered the 12 most common needed configurations to modify the modules as features available in Smart IT, to adjust the amount of data displayed such as statistics, to modify search behavior such as the number of cases and whether required ID is shown, and finally, how to avoid common errors with configuration changes. I hope you have found this useful. Thank you for your time and attention.